Howdy everybody, welcome back to another video on the Peak SEO channel. The question we have for today that we also get, we get a ton of AI questions, okay? There's a myriad of them out there that I could sit here talking all day about AI optimization. And one of those questions, how do I make my website appear in AI overviews? Now, for the people that are asking this question, it obviously means a couple of things. One, your inquiries have either stopped dead, your traffic has dropped and your inquiries have stopped dead, or you're still ranking and your inquiries have stopped dead. And that is all to do with AI overviews, and you've obviously caught on, and you want to be able to start appearing in AI overviews. After all, websites are pretty much useless if they don't get traffic or generate inquiries. They're not really doing anything. They're just an online resume for card holders and referrals. So the idea is to restore your inquiries and traffic to your site, and one of those ways to do that is to start appearing in AI overviews. Now, this isn't a 10-minute process. It all depends. You can appear in AI overviews quickly or slowly. It all depends on how your site is structured, whether it's an authoritative site already, whether it's not, who your competition is, how strong they are, what are their SEO efforts and AI SEO efforts to be ranking in AI overviews and AI cards, and what you're prepared to do about it to catch them and beat them in the rankings, organic and AI overviews. The idea today, though, because traditional SEO has evolved, it's just changed. The old SEO is done, it's dusted. You can't pursue that anymore. If you do, you're going to get left behind, you're going to disappear into the weeds. But it is still good to actually rank in the organics, because there'll be various keywords that AI won't answer, all right? And organic will take up that slack. So you still need to appear high in the organics. SEO isn't dead. Don't believe anybody that tells you SEO is dead or it's dying. It's not dead, it's not dying just yet. Don't think it'll be dead for a while, because AI thrives off high quality SEO websites. It doesn't just make up its own information and hand it out. So you need to optimize for AI, but some of the basics for optimizing for AI is predominantly mostly on your website. I have an example website which I'm going to show you in a second. This is it's actually my own hobby site. I like RC cars, and I built this RC website going back in 21, I think, 22, just before AI started to rear its ugly head. And I haven't updated it at all, except for some FAQs at the bottom of the page, which I've added Schema. Okay, Schema is what I've added to it, and some FAQs. Now, that site has gone and kicked butt with some of the searches to do with Q&A, and I haven't really built any serious authority links to it, because it's just an RC hobby site for me to express what I like doing in my own time. It's not a money-making site. It is there for servicing RC cars, and it's not a free site. I don't give it away, but if I can make some money out of it, I will. But it's basically a website where it's had no updates at all in terms of its content. All it's got is FAQs and Schema, and the thing appears in AI overviews. Now, why did that happen so quickly, even though it's not optimized for AI so much? Well, it's quite simple, because the competitors aren't optimized for AI so much. So just putting some FAQs in there with some Schema has blown everybody out of the water, because they're not doing it. They haven't updated their website to the slightest AI structure, and so because I put a little bit in there to do with FAQs and Schema and some relative authoritative information, it's gone and blown hobby shops out of the water and appears above them. Now, like I said, it's not a free site. It's a service I actually charge for repairing RC cars, but it's not something I thrive off. It's just a passion of mine. But to put it in basics, all right, there's a few things you got to get right in order to be able to start appearing in AI. And the first thing is your website. The first thing you must do is to actually, if you've got an information site, because Google has put the last nail in the coffin for informational websites, the first thing you need to do is to take your informational website and restructure it into a Q&A format. That doesn't mean delete the information that's on it, okay? So don't go getting the wrong advice. I'm not telling you to go delete information. Don't just make a whole page with nothing but questions and answers. That's not, it may to some degree service AI, but you know, it's not, it doesn't really show authority in the eyes of the user. I don't do this to my own sites, and if you've got an informational based website, whether it's your service pages, okay, take those pages and restructure them into a question answer format, or keep the same content but restructure your existing content into a Q&A format. Put an FAQ at the end, of course, you know, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 10 maybe frequently asked questions, but restructure your page into an FAQ structure and maintain the original content, but change it and update it. Google loves fresh content, okay? It always loves fresh content. And if you start restructuring all your pages in this manner, you're going to find that not only your rankings are going to increase, but you're going to start being summarized by AI with links to your website rather than just AI stealing your information, not sending any traffic to you. Right? The idea is to get your brand into AI overviews and AI cards and to have it linked. Even if it's not linked, they see your brand, okay? They can actually put your brand into a new browser and check out your site, rather than just having information. There's no brand, no link, no nothing, and you get nothing. All right, you've made the information available, and there's no traffic sent to you. So restructure all your pages in a question answer format. Put bullet points, okay? Google loves bullet points. All right, put bullet points, comparison tables. All right, calculators if you got them, depending on the type of industry you're in. All right, and if you make sure that your subheaders are all related topically, because everything's about topic relation. It's not just keyword target. Forget keyword targeting, that's an old thing. Right? Make sure that you have a few subheaders that are related to the topic at hand. Okay, and if you find that you've do it in this structure, you're going to answer quite a few of the questions that people are looking for. You know, go to on a browser in Google and type a particular question that somebody would be asking about your services or their problem, you know, like how to fix a plumbing problem at 7 p.m. in the evening, okay? And as you type, you'll see suggestions being dropped. They're questions people ask, okay? They're questions people ask in regards to the problems they want solved. And if you answer those problems with accurate answers, you're going to win, okay? You're going to win. The beauty of AI overviews is that it's actually easier to start appearing in AI overviews than it is to start appearing in the organics. It actually takes less time. But where it's a double-edged sword is that AI only goes to websites that are authoritative. They've got experience, expertise, authority, and trust. And that's the part that doesn't take 10 minutes. Okay, that's the part that needs to be up there. If you've already got a high authoritative site and it can be trusted, and it's got everything it needs, and you just have to make some slight adjustments to your structure into a Q&A format, you're going to find you're going to pop into AI overviews and AI cards very quickly, okay? Provided you provide unique content, okay, and it answers the question straight away. Ensure the site is always built in 8 properties: expertise, experience, authority, and trust. AI does not just take information off any site that can't be trusted. It tries to provide the most reliable information it can, and information that can be trusted. It's not always 100% right, okay? You need to actually go over everything, make sure everything's accurate. After all, you're the expert, you're the pro, you'll know if AI is right with the answers it comes back with, okay? So always make sure that you go over everything that AI brings back and presents to you in terms of the content that you want to add. There's nothing wrong with adding content to your site that has been generated by AI. Just make it sound conversational, all right? Make it sound like you wrote it, and make it sound like not robotic, as long as it doesn't sound like it's been written by a robot. Basically, put it down as rewrite this paragraph or write this content in 7th grade English, all right? And add something about your brand, add something like you're talking about the brand, and you should find it will sound human. The idea is to make it sound human, okay? But in terms of building experience, authority, and trust, that takes a bit of work. Okay, that doesn't happen if you haven't already done that. That's going to take some work. All right, you need to actually build blogs pertaining to your industry in question. Particular problems people experience, how to solve those problems. You're going to need high authority links coming up from related sources. Okay, that's how you build experience. Experience and authority comes from the size of your site and the content you add to it, and who links to it. All right, and what you write about and how much of it. That plays a role. Okay, AI loves websites like that. It always takes information from that, and when it finds information on websites like that have got everything on them about experience and authority, it usually displays your link in its AI overviews and its AI cards or featured snippets. The other thing you got to make sure of is that your on-site structure, your technical structure, is not broken. Okay, basically everything has to work. No broken redirects, no broken pages, no slow mobile speeds, no unfriendly mobile presentation of your website. You can't have text overlapping images or images overlapping text, or text going on the end of your mobile phone and disappearing instead of following on the next line. Everything has to be neat and presentable and readable. Okay, and it has to load quickly. I will attach another end tag on this video to show you how to, on another video on achieving this using a couple of plugins. If you use WordPress, and you can have a look at that video and take it from there. Linking is also internal linking. If you write blog posts, linking is a key little trick to ranking. Really easy on particular subjects, and I've always found that even without any external links pointing to my pages, as soon as I target my blogs to my service pages, that comes from a high informational page with a lot of topical authority, you find rankings go straight through the roof, and you can also make a big dent AI overviews doing this. So internal linking, make sure it is up to scratch, make sure your blogs are pointing to the pages you want to see ranking. Okay, and if you do that, you're going to find you're going to get a boost in the rankings and organic and AI overviews. Ensure your pages are all in a QA format, as I mentioned in the beginning, but make sure that when it comes to answering questions, you put it in an answer first structure. Don't brag on about the question at hand. Answer the question first, then add what you need to, and then make it informational if you wish to build trust and authority. I know what AI looks for, but I don't like landing on sites that have got nothing but images and questions and answers. I also like to be able to read a little bit about the topic. That way it instills that I trust. I know that I can trust the service provider or the product provider that I'm looking at the time. I won't just buy from a website that just answers questions, just blasé, and has nothing about the topic. I just don't trust it at all. So anybody else might say that's okay, it works. Well, I don't do it. I like my websites and my client sites to be informational and in a Q&A format. That way I know they rank and they never come down. And like I said, it all points to experience, authority, and trust. Okay, Google loves that. Give Google what it wants in experience, authority, and trust, and don't listen to the naysayers that you're not going to rank if you've got an informational site. Look, my Spartan site, my RC site's still informational. Okay, I've still got Q&As on it. All right, and all I've got is Schema and a couple of links pointing to it, and it's blown everybody out of the water. And here's that site. Okay, that's it there. All right. It's just a little information, some images, targeting some keywords. All right, Nitro RC engine tuning, another image, need help, blah blah blah. There's my questions. Okay, I've got Schema on it, and that site just works. It's like the nearest RC Nitro expert in Campbelltown. There it is. It's mentioned there and it's linked. And I've got the AI overcards. All right. AI cards, sorry. I've got two of them. The third one's someone else. Now, there's another, the mention down there of the services I provide, the expertise of over 30 years. And I've got the top two in the organics. So that's the idea. Then you look at this one. What's this one? Nearest RC Nitro expert in Sydney. That's targeting Sydney. I'm in Campbelltown, which is 60 k's in the opposite direction. Yet, I've got the top 2 AI cards. I've got the first mention in the AI overview. There's another mention there, Spartan RC, the services and everything. And I actually have not bothered with maps with this business because I'm not interested. All right, and I've ended up in the top 2 positions, guys. This is just an informational website with nothing but questions and schema. Okay, that's why I say to you, make sure that your website, if your website is informational, ensure it stays informational. Just restructure it to a Q&A format. Add some bullet point tables. What's called calculators if you need calculators, and just comparison tables. You'll compare some of your competitors to your services. Don't put anything bad about your competitors, just comparisons, okay? You don't want trouble. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. You'll find that when you put a comparison table, you could bang straight to the top. Google loves comparison tables, okay? Why you're the best in the industry that you serve. And if you do that with your on-page, your technical structure, your site's not broken, you've got content, you've got Q&A format, there's loads of pages, you've got loads of blogs on the subjects, okay? You've got experience, you've got authority, you've got trust. Spartan is already trusted. It's got, and Google just delivers it. Why? Because it's the better site out of everything that Google has to present. Right? It doesn't mean that nobody else can't beat it, but if somebody else can't come along and added the right content, the right Q&A format and everything, yes, they'll blow that site out of the water. I would have to do more work to get it to rank back up again, okay? And into the AI overviews. But as it is, it hasn't been updated. The pages have not been updated to Q&A format, okay? And they outrank, and it outranks pretty much everybody for quite a few questions and answers, okay? That's what you've got to do with your on-site. Your off-site is more or less to do with incoming links, okay? Brand recognition is what it's all about today, okay? Getting your brand out there. Brand citation, brand citing, brand entities, okay? Brand entities is more or less about your brand, where it's located, the services you provide, and that sort of thing. It's kind of similar to a citation, okay? It's like a NAP, name, address, phone number, similar to what you require for Google Maps. It's similar along those lines. Get your brand cited everywhere. Don't keyword stuff. It doesn't help, okay? Keyword stuffing is long gone, all right? That gets penalized from years ago now, so don't go keyword stuffing. Get your brand out there. Google wants to say that your brand's getting around, all right? AI wants to say that your brand is getting around. Your brand's getting around, it means it's being trusted, it's got authority because it's being found on a lot of sites, especially if you're getting links from high authority sites. You can't go wrong. If you do these things, especially with your site and your branding, you're going to find you're going to go far in the AI overviews and the AI cards and the featured snippets, and you're going to rank higher in Google and the organics. Right? Don't discount organic, and don't believe anybody that tells you SEO is dead. SEO is not dead. It is far from it. It's going to be a while before SEO is dead, okay? That's not happening. I was screaming it from months ago that AI was going to have a severe impact, and here it is. 15 months on, it's happening, and everybody's panicking that SEO is dead. SEO is not dead. It's evolved. It's changed. It's just that the majority of the traffic does not go to organics anymore, which is where everything was focused. It more now enters into AI and AI cards. And why is everybody targeting this area? Because it appears above everything. It appears above maps. It appears above ads. It appears above everything, okay? And organics has been pushed to the bottom, and AI steals information. So there's no point putting priority at organics when when your information's been taken, delivered to AI, and you're not getting the mention, even though your information's been used. The idea is to get your information used, okay, and to have it also redirect that user to your website, and that means a link, okay, or a mention. So brand mentions are important. Make sure your brand gets around. Make sure you get high authority links. Right, they're not cheap. I'm not going to say they're cheap. Some can be expensive, but the benefit is you don't need many of them, okay, especially with high quality links. And make sure your on-site is up to point with its structure. Technical issues are all corrected as much as possible. Speed, mobile loading, mobile friendliness, content, Q&A, okay? And that's it. You should find if you make these adjustments, if you've already got a nice, good size site with high authority, you're going to find making these adjustments is not difficult. You should be able to do it yourself if you do a little bit of reading up, or even just follow the advice I've just given you here. And you should find that you're going to see a boost in your rankings. You're going to see a very good boost in the AI overviews and AI cards. If you have any questions, just reach out to the details in the description box, and please subscribe. You get alerted as soon as there's a new video that comes out. And if you need help, please feel free to reach out. My number's in the description. The contact page is in the description. I'm easy to reach. I'm available pretty much 7 days a week. I love what I do. I live and breathe SEO. And if you want to rank and dominate, and you want to do it with some help, I'm always here. Pete's my name. PK says the game. Take care, guys.